Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. As promised in my last video that we will come back with a recipe of Haleem. So here we are today. If you haven't watched the previous video, I have added the link below in the description. That is the initial part of Haleem, that is making the Haleem masala. So let's start cooking. Cooking Haleem is actually a lengthy procedure. May it be the preparation or may it be cooking, both take time. So we're going to divide this into two parts. First one is cooking the lentils or cooking the grains, and the second one is cooking the meat and the masala. So let's start with the lentils or dal or the grain part first. So I have these dals and grains here. Choosing these dals is, this option is totally up to you, and it depends on the availability as well. But because we have these things available here, so I have taken these dals. First of all, this is wheat, whole wheat, then barley, channa dal, oil dal. This is called urad dal. This dal is actually black gram actually. These are the peeled black grams, which is called urad dal. Rice, we only have access to basmati rice here, so we are using that. You can use any kind of dal, rice. Then we have the masoor dal, the red split lentils, and 1 tablespoon of the masala that we made last week. So these are all the dals. We need to actually soak these in the water overnight. So I have soaked these grains and dals last night, and they are quite nicely swollen up and ready to go into the pot. We're going to boil this until it's completely mushy. My water is boiling here now, so we're going to add these grains to the water. To this mixture, I'm going to add the Haleem masala, 1 tablespoon of Haleem masala. Let's mix it. And just so that it doesn't boil over, let's add some oil to it. So the next part is cooking the meat. I have around kilo meat here. This meat is with bones. We're going to cook this with the bone, and we will cook it until the meat leaves the bone. So believe me, it's going to take very long. We're looking at least 2.5 hours to 3 hours even. It depends on the quality of the meat. So let's start with that. So for the cooking part, let's start with the oil. In the oil, we add some whole jeera, few stick cinnamons, few green cardamoms, around 8 to 10 cloves, and then a few leaves of bay leaves. This is roasted a bit. To this we're going to add the fried onion. Now, why I have fried the onion beforehand? First thing is we save time while cooking. Second thing is, when you add in the raw onion, and while the onions are being fried, the spices, the whole spices that you have added, they actually start burning, and they, especially jeera, and that starts, it gives you a little bit of bitter taste. So hence we have the fried onions, and to these onions, because they are already cooked, so we don't need to braise it anymore, we're going to eat the add the meat. And then we're going to braise the meat with onion and oil and the horse spices until the color of the meat is changed. And while it's braising, let's add some salt to it. Remember, we haven't added any salt to the dal mixture, so we're just adding it here, and we will taste it later and we'll add accordingly. Now, since the meat has changed its color, let's add the Haleem masala to it. It's been braised nicely. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add around 1.5 liter hot water to it. And we're going to cook this until the meat is soft, has left the bones, and we will actually shred the meat. It has to be so soft that we should be able to shred the meat with our hand. So this is the main part. On one side our dals are cooking, on the other side the meat is cooking. So we have a break of now at least 2 hours. Let's check on our grain mix here. It's doing very well. I think we just need to add a little bit of water to it. Just a cup, 1 cup water, and we'll let it boil further. Now let's check on our meat also. As you can see, it's cooking perfectly the way we want. You can see the meat has started to leave the bones. So here you can see. So let's close it and carry on cooking. You can see the meat is leaving the bone here. Let's just mash it and make it a bit smoother. Here we go. We have the perfect consistency. We don't need to add any more water into it. So we will put this aside until our meat is cooked. Our meat has finally cooked. As you can see, it has left the bones. The bones are separated from the meat. And let's take out one piece and check. Here you can see the meat is completely done because we can separate it with a wooden spoon. Next thing is, let's strain this gravy separated from the meat. So this is our dal that we kept aside. To this we're going to add the gravy that we strained from the meat. Let's add that. Okay, so mix it nicely. Now at this point we're going to check the salt, because remember we did not add any salt to the dal. So let's check the salt. Yes, we do need a little bit salt here. So let's add to it. Add it, and as per your taste. If you feel you have enough in there, don't add. If you feel you need it, just add. So it's up to you. So let's boil it a little bit and then we will move on. And while it's starting to boil now, let's add the shredded meat. So we have added the meat, shredded meat to it, and mixed it and let it cook a little bit. Please make sure that you stir, since this mixture can burn down or stick to the bottom of the pot very quickly. While the halim is cooking on the other side, let's add some oil to a pan, heat it up. Let's add some fried onion to it a little bit and pour it over the halim mix. And that's it. That's our halim. It's got a little bit layer of oil on top, and then we're going to dish it. So there we go. We have a beautiful bowl full of halim. Now let's garnish a bit with some ginger strips, some green chilies, crushed green chilies, or you can just cut it into round pieces. Then we have some green dhania to go with, and a little bit of fried crispy onion on top. There we go. I'm going to enjoy this, that for sure. I hope you guys also enjoy it. So that was our halim recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. As you could see, there's a lot of cooking time involved in it, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. Really, believe me. It tastes excellent. It tastes very nice, exactly the way you would eat it in a restaurant actually. So make it at home, enjoy it, and until we see you with another delicious recipe, ma salama.